Let me ask you about Ken Kesey a little bit longer. He's a fascinating human being.
Yeah.
He was also part of Project MKUltra.
Yeah. Yes.
What was Project MKUltra, and what lessons we should take away from it?
Well, MKUltra was a program by the CIA. What they were looking at was, can you take these drugs, these psychedelic drugs, and weaponize them in different ways, for interrogation, for truth serums, for exposing somebody before they give a big talk to something like LSD, and then they can't talk or make a fool of themselves. Or can you spray LSD over the battlefield and have everybody tripping and drop their weapons, and then you just walk up and nobody dies and you've won the battle. So
It's a fascinating concept.
yeah, they call it non-lethal incapacitance, and I think that's how
one way to win a war is to enforce peace. To get everybody not caring about the war. But yes.
Well, I think Gandhi said something even better, which is that the true way to win a war is to turn your enemy into your friend.
Yes, that's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah. But MKUltra was really nefarious, and it was part of our military, and it was done in secret, and they would dose people against their will. I mean, one of the most infamous things was that they had a house of prostitution in San Francisco, and they would have one-way mirrors and all this stuff, and then they would just dose people with LSD. They would have the prostitutes dose these guys with LSD and observe what they would do and how they would act. And the CIA actually, for a while, was dosing each other secretly. And there's a famous case of this fellow Olson that either jumped out of a window or was pushed. He might have been killed. He was a CIA guy, and they gave him LSD, and then they're trying to see, can they break him down and get him to tell secrets? And I think he felt uncomfortable with what happened to him while he was under the influence of LSD, and whether he was pushed or not, I don't know if we'll ever know. But MKUltra was violating people's human rights. It was done in secret, and the irony of it is that Ken Kesey is one of the main early people that got LSD in this context. And then he was one of the main people that helped inspire the hippies to use psychedelics to oppose the Vietnam War. So I think the CIA kind of, in many cases, things get out of their control, what they think they can do. And it turned into be a disaster for them. I think there was some thought that some of the people at the CIA had, is that if you can turn people inside, take drugs and they just focus on their internal experience, they're not going to be involved politically. Mm-hmm. It's a way to sort of take people offline. And what I don't think they counted on is that when you're offline and you have these unitive spiritual experiences and you realize how we're all connected, then why do you want to go out and kill these Vietnamese and put one dictator over another dictator, dictators on both sides in North Vietnam and South Vietnam? Why are we doing that? So MKUltra has very disreputable. We're learning more and more about what they did. And one of the unintended consequences was Ken Kesey. And not only that, but then the Grateful Dead, who began at the acid tests that Kesey was helping to organize. And out of that emerged, you could say, just this incredible psychedelic culture. And you look at the bands that began in the 60s.
Yes.
And which ones have really survived to this day. Mm-hmm. And, the Grateful Dead has survived longer than most any other band. I mean, some of them have died and all, but it was like the tightness, the sort of telepathy we talked about before, that they could just get so tuned in to each other and each other's energies, and they could do improvisations, and they could do this incredible work that I think the sustainability of the Grateful Dead as a group was a testament to the power of the LSD experiences. And that might have never happened if not for MKUltra.